Hi guys, my name is Prince Cartier,
And I'm Toy Box.
and you're tuned into another episode of 16 with 16.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, we're
You guys
good.
look good. I like how your outfits are corresponding.
Thank you.
Who are you? Introduce yourself.
So, my name is Prince Cartier. I am a creative director here in St. Louis. I own the Valerian Group, which is a production company. And yeah, just fly.
And I'm Toy Box. I own a beauty bar. I'm located at 2617 North 14th Street. We have some of the hottest hairstylists and makeup artists and things like that. I'm more so known for my creative couture pieces for prom and weddings and good things like that. Are you guys from St. Louis? Yes.
Yeah, we both from St. Louis.
How long have you been working together?
So we started working together in 2015.
Yeah, Cartier had hit me up and was like, "You want to be in my show?" I was like, "Okay, I guess."
Yeah.
Yeah, he pulled me to the side and it's kind of been cool from there.
Yeah.
How did you get into fashion?
So I started doing fashion shows in 2012. I did a community show at my college. I worked the curtains. I always tell people that's where I started, working the curtains. And it just went from there.
Yeah, I started back in 2013. I actually just kind of came up with an idea that I wanted to try making clothes, and it kind of went from there. So how did being here impact creativity?
In St. Louis, I would say the culture in St. Louis definitely inspires anything because it's like St. Louis is such a go-getter city. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really grind and hustle. They call it hustle STL, you know? So I think just that culture really inspired me with like how I got on initially, like going to different events, making sure people knew who I was, like just that grinding season. I'm kind of old now, so I don't do it so more anymore. But yeah, that would be how they would inspire me.
Yeah, I would say it inspired me more so because I've always had like a high-end attraction, and I felt that I wanted to bring that here because of the ambition, because of the type of environment that's around the city. I just felt that we lacked in that department. So my main thing since day one is to always bring that couture to match that ambition. And that's kind of where I've been on ever since I started. So how do you feel about the fashion scene, St. Louis fashion scene now?
How do we feel about it? I think that the culture here is really expanding. I think that there are so many creative people here in St. Louis who are getting inspired and putting that creativity to use, especially with coming out of the pandemic. It's a lot of designers who are now like had the free time to like sit down and actually like come up with something, and people who maybe they're not doing designers, but they're coming out with merch, campaigns. Like I think it's a lot of creativity right now. People using their energy for good purposes.
Yes, and I agree. How would you describe your style?
My style, opulent. Trap Opulence, November 14th.
Okay, so how does
You didn't describe your style.
my style.
Well, actually, so you can do this part. How does your style make you stand out from everybody else?
I feel that my style, I personally would say starting off and when I got into the industry, I was more so pushing that couture, hot couture. Everyone else is kind of more club and things like that. That's my personal experience on that. So I kind of took a different road to kind of push and bring that out. So that's what I would say my style was. Now you're starting to see more of it with some of the upcoming and more designers that's been in. Now more of the couture pieces are being seen.
Yeah.
What are you guys currently working on?
Well, obviously we're here.
Yes.
Because we're working on Trap Opulence Volume 2, produced by me and Gusto Diddy. It's a Valerian Group production. And that's pretty much what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, and Cartier has pulled me into this because I actually want to. I've been working on rebranding my brand and coming out with more everyday wear, merch, and things like that. So that's what you'll probably see more from me versus what you've seen in the past with the couture pieces, kind of bring in some of the everyday wear. Yeah.
Favorite designer?
Ever, like favorite designer ever? I would say Gianni Versace for me.
I personally would say right now, it's another upcoming black designer, Ken White. He's on Instagram. I'm really loving his pieces that he's pushing out, and he's amazing. He's amazing.
Also, I want to throw in Tom Ford. I love a Tom Ford for Gucci moment. I don't know if y'all are familiar, but yes.
Describe your dream fashion show.
It was me. Somewhere out of the country, Rome, London, somewhere like that. That'd be amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, so this is so like, I don't want to say it's corny, but do y'all remember like America's Next Top Model? They did a show when the runway was like water.
Yes.
Like they was stomping on water. I think something like that would be cool.
Yeah, no.
I could see something like that, like some flowy dresses and some water. We need the budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are both of you guys doing what you thought you would be doing when you were younger?
I would say no. No.
No.
I think maybe I always wanted to work in fashion and things like that, but I don't think I necessarily saw an avenue for that. You know what I'm saying? Like with me being 6'3" or whatever, it was always like a football, basketball.
Yeah.
And that was never something I was attracted to, you know, but I never saw myself working in fashion and being the gateway of fashion to St. Louis.
So was it the first time you did it was the curtain?
I worked the
Is that what
curtain.
made you want to do it?
No, I think I wanted to do it initially before that, but that was my first time being exposed to it.
And I would say definitely I never thought this would be me. I personally thought I would be like a nurse or something like that. I wanted to go into the healthcare field because I'm just growing up watching my parents both into healthcare. I just thought that that's kind of where I was going to go as well. So yeah, definitely not a fashion designer.
What is your guys' favorite thing to do before a show?
Before a show? So for me, that's the most fun part about doing shows, like backstage, getting ready, like the calm before the storm.
You're calm backstage?
I have become calm. It has been very rare that I am not calm backstage. I just feel like it's no point in exerting all that energy. I've been doing it so long to where like it's not a lot of things that like throw me off, you know? When you come to the show, you'll see how I am backstage. Like, it's a vibe.
I would say that. It's crazy and how he is. He actually is very calm and peaceful backstage. I feel like I've grown to that. At first it would kind of be like, oh my God, you run around with your chicken, like a chicken with your head cut off.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like, okay, it's like when
Go with the flow. You gotta go with the flow because
Yeah.
one thing about fashion shows, it'd be so hectic. Like whatever can go wrong is gonna go wrong.
True.
And it's like, do you remember we did that show? We were doing a show and she was doing live sewing at the show. Like
Yes.
that was a part of the show. And we all came into the show, like made a grand entrance and nobody grabbed the sewing machine.
Yes. Like
So
how do you forget the sewing
The sewing machine was left at the hotel. Somebody had to leave the venue, go back, and then they brought the sewing machine without the cord.
Yes.
And the cord was in the hallway of the
Out the
hotel.
bag. Yeah.
And she's losing her mind. I'm like, whatever it is, we just gotta go with it. Tell the people, you know, give us a little more time.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. It balances it out.
Yeah, like you just gotta go with the flow.
It was crazy.
Most STO thing you've ever done?
The most hood thing we ever done.
Sure. But you gotta think, because both of you have lived here your whole life, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so from then till now, most.
The most STL. So one time I was with my friend, and this is like a throwback. Like I was 19 and she thought her man was like cheating on her, right? So we went to dinner. We went to dinner. I went to dinner with her and her man. And when he left, she's like, we're following him. He said he was going somewhere to make a run, like, you know, like a run. And anyway, so yeah, definitely stop. So we're like chasing him down. He doesn't know we're following him. We follow him to, what was the name of the club? The Hornet Goat, the HG.
Okay.
We follow him to the HG. I would never forget this because Trina was there, and I met Trina that night. I met Trina this night. Like, he goes into the club. We're like this, like scoping him out. Mind you, I'm 19, so we can't get into the club legally. So this is when St. Louis had what's the girls of the month, like the hotties of the month.
Yeah.
My friend said she was one of the like lady elites or whatever. We get into the club for free and they take us like to the stage to meet Trina.
Oh, yeah.
Mind you, her boyfriend is in the club. Like, so we're at the stage with Trina still like trying to scope out her boyfriend.
This is
we
crazy.
we find her boyfriend. They start arguing in the middle of the club. Trina is like, what's going on? I'm talking to Trina like, girl, I don't know. Like, they tripping, but it's nice to meet you. Like, they had gave her some strawberries and some cupcakes. Like, that's the most St. Louis thing I've ever participated in.
I think that's the best one.
It really is. I don't think I can top that. My story would be boring following that.
That's fair. What can we expect from you coming up?
For me, I would say, like I said, just pushing out that everyday look, the merch, and all that good stuff. I'm really excited about that, and branding to where now I feel I can get more men into my brand and things like that. So expect more of that versus the gowns that you always see. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm working on this show, and then also I'm in grad school. So I just graduated undergrad. Yeah, I'm in grad school. Thank you. So I'm working on that. I'm sorry I keep looking down, y'all. Edit it out.
So extra.
Where can we follow you guys after this?
You can follow me everywhere at Prince Cardia. Prince_Cardia, CARDIA.
And I can be followed at Toi Box Couture with underscores between each letter. Words, sorry.
My name is Prince Cardia.
And I'm Toi Box.
And you just tuned into another episode of 16 with 16.